priority, Buckaroo.
Go ahead. Next question.
Next up, Terry James, thanks for your super chat, says creationism does not predict nested hierarchies. If nested hierarchies didn't exist, that would be used against evolution and for intelligent design.
Right. So, for one, Linnaeus, he's the father of taxonomy: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. And he based his classification system on function. And we're predicting that these patterns that are found, they are there for functional reasons. And I've gave very specific predictions on those highly conserved mitochondrial DNA proteins. Like people like conspiracy cats or Herman Mays will say, why did God create so many variations of, that same highly conserved mitochondrial protein that does one function? And it's like, no, these, we're predicting these are multifunctional. But of course, we're going to predict more similarities in anatomy, morphology, and genetics and physiology with a human and a chimp than a human and a fish. And we see the echo in the design realm with modes of transportation. So expectations on both sides, but here's the key. Predictions from our side, no predictions from the evolutionist side.
Well, that's a claim that you're making, but I read the evolutionists and the field in there. And the point about nested hierarchies is that there is an inevitable discontinuity between the alleged kinds. And the problem is that whenever they try to look in the details, they have to start mugging up the boundary layers to avoid creating too many interconnected kinds. That was the problem that Wood got into by including all the way back to Hierarchium on the horse sequence. And that very mechanism, if applied to the human holobaramin, puts up Australopithecus sediba in the human holobaramin, which Wise got a bunch of pushback on that one. Wise or Wood, whoever had done that. I think it was Wood that did the study on that. So they're way behind the actual systematics in this area, and they've been that way for an awful long time, and I don't expect them ever to catch up.
Gotcha.
Was that super chat for me, James? Or?
It was. That's why I'll give you a quick response, and then I've got to try to ask you guys as hard as you, if you can exercise your self-restraint as much as possible. I know you've already.
That'll require a miracle.
You got
James.
two talkers here.
You've always got another round in the chamber ready to fire, but just to get through as many questions as possible. We'll give you one rebuttal, standing for truth.
Yeah, real quick, 20 seconds, not even. I think James proved simply by me asking a question, how do you define species using fossils? And it's very difficult. And of course, similarity doesn't always mean ancestry. That's why they invoke convergent evolution. I can go on and on and on. But we, using DNA function and molecular clocks, for one, we've already separated humans. I mean, humans' kinds are not related to anything else based on mitochondrial DNA function, and Y chromosome. And we're doing that same thing and applying it to all the other species. Maybe RJ, our next debate can be on species and not humans.
Gotcha. Thanks for your